Has Japan's leadership under Takaichi angered Xi even further, unveiling a new air-launched weapon just weeks after conducting its first-ever Naval Tomahawk trials? Are Tokyo's F-2 fighters now receiving a genuine long-range strike capability that puts targets deep inside China firmly within reach for the first time? With Tomahawks, hypersonic weapons, and now the Type 25 missile all coming together, is Japan quietly preparing its arsenal for the next major regional war? Japan has tested a massive new stealth missile as Tokyo continues sharpening its long-range strike edge across the wider Indo-Pacific region. On July 30th, Japan tested a new large missile mounted under an F-2 fighter jet for the very first time, marking a significant milestone. The missile has not been officially identified by Japan's defense ministry, though its overall design closely matches earlier known missile models. This particular test flight took place from Gifu Air Base, using a two-seat F-2B prototype aircraft assigned to Japan's test wing. The newly spotted missile is noticeably much larger than Japan's existing ASM-2 and ASM-3 anti-ship missiles already in service. It features folding wings along with 4 cruciform tail fins, a design built specifically to support sustained long-range flight. Its box-shaped body incorporates stealth-oriented, low-observable design features intended to reduce detection by enemy radar systems. An underslung engine intake located beneath the missile's body suggests it is built as a subsonic cruise missile configuration. No optical seeker was visible on the weapon, indicating it likely relies on GPS and inertial navigation with radar guidance instead. According to the Warzone, this new weapon closely resembles the upgraded Type 12 or Type 25 missile family already entering Japanese service. The Type 25 itself is essentially an upgraded evolution of Japan's legacy Type 12 anti-ship missile, redesigned for far greater range. The original Type 12 missile carried a comparatively modest range of about 200 kilometers when it first entered service. The newly upgraded Type 25 reportedly extends that range to nearly 1,000 kilometers, a 5-fold increase over its predecessor. This missile is now capable of striking both enemy ships at sea and fixed land-based military targets far from Japan's coastline. It directly supports Japan's evolving long-range counterstrike doctrine, allowing forces to hit threats before they can launch. Air-launched and naval variants are now planned alongside the already deployed ground-launched version of the system. This broader shift in Japanese defense posture is being driven largely by China's ongoing military buildup alongside North Korea's growing missile threats. Japan now seeks the ability to strike hostile missile launchers and command targets before they are able to launch their own attacks. The Type 25 will join an arsenal that already includes Tomahawks, the Joint Strike Missile, JSSM, and future hypersonic weapons under development. This new missile would give the aging F-2 fighter a powerful long-range strike capability against both land and sea targets alike. It would complement Japan's hypersonic weapons, Tomahawk missiles, and other existing standoff systems already being fielded across the force. Together, these systems form a genuinely layered strike network stretching across the wider Indo-Pacific region, reshaping Japan's deterrence posture. Japan has successfully fired a US-made Tomahawk cruise missile from one of its warships for the very first time in a landmark military test. The Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force destroyer Chokai carried out the live fire test in the Pacific Ocean with operational support from the United States on July 29. The successful launch marks a major milestone in Japan's efforts to build a credible long-range standoff strike capability against potential regional threats. Japan has now become only the third country outside the United States to successfully fire a Tomahawk cruise missile from a surface warship. The Tomahawk missile will give Japan the capability to strike targets nearly 1,000 miles away with high precision if required during a conflict. Japan says the acquisition of these missiles is intended to strengthen deterrence while remaining consistent with its defense-oriented national security policy. Japan's Defense Ministry statement read, and I quote, "This live-fire test demonstrates steady progress in the Tomahawk project, and the Ministry of Defense will continue to work towards the early establishment of standoff defense capabilities," unquote. Tokyo is purchasing up to 400 Tomahawk cruise missiles from the United States under a deal estimated to be worth around $1 billion. Both the Block 4 and the newer Block V variants of the Tomahawk missile will become part of Japan's expanding long-range strike arsenal. The Tomahawk missiles are expected to serve as an interim capability until Japan's own indigenous long-range weapons become fully operational. The US Navy helped modernize the destroyer, train its crew, and support the missile's first successful live fire test in the Pacific. More Japanese Aegis-equipped destroyers are expected to receive Tomahawk upgrades as Tokyo continues expanding its long-range strike capabilities. The successful missile test signals a significant shift in Japan's defense posture as tensions with China and North Korea continue to grow. The development comes just days after the United States, Japan, and the Philippines concluded a 5-day maritime exercise on July 25, underscoring closer regional defense cooperation.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.